Hi everyone, my name is Matt Allford and welcome to the Festive Tech Calendar 2021 to my presentation which is on secrets management with PowerShell. It's something that I've been following for a little while when this module and this framework was in preview from Microsoft, and I've followed it along through to GA, and I'd love to share this with you today so hopefully you can start managing your secrets much better when you're using PowerShell. Now, this is obviously a festive tech calendar, and I clearly did a terrible job of doing anything to dress up or get in the festive spirit. Now, I've spoken to my kids about this, and apparently I am quite the Christmas Grinch. So I was around looking for, a nice top to wear or, even a Santa hat, and I couldn't find anything. So I guess in the words of my 8-year-old, I am definitely a Grinch. So my promise is to make up for this next year. I will have something more festive in terms of what I'm wearing and an actual theme for this. But with that said, I have been watching Twitter over the last few days. So this is obviously recorded at the end of November and it's being played throughout December. I've been watching Twitter and there are people out there doing some awesome stuff in terms of both dressing up, really getting in the festive season, and the content, it looks awesome. So if this is the first session that you're seeing from Festive Tech Calendar, please make sure to head over to the website. There'll be a URL on the slide coming up. Go and check out the other sessions. There's so much awesome content from awesome people out there in the community. But with that said, let's get stuck into the PowerShell secrets management session here with me. Thank you again for watching, and I hope you have a great festive season. And if it's your thing, Merry Christmas and all the best in 2022. So thanks again for joining me. This is Managing Secrets Safely with PowerShell. My name is Matt Allford. You can find my blog over at www.mattallford.com, and I've got some links there to my other platforms like YouTube and Twitter and that kind of thing. But my handle on Twitter is @MattAllford, and that's pretty much the same handle on the other socials like LinkedIn and YouTube. If you want to follow me and reach out to me, please do feel free to do so. Now, if you just happen to come across this on YouTube, this video and this demonstration is part of the Festive Tech Calendar 2021. So if you haven't seen it, make sure to check out the Festive Tech Calendar. There is a huge amount of awesome sessions that are done in December, and this has been running for at least 1 year, and it might actually be running for a couple of years. This is my first year doing a presentation in it, but make sure to check it out because there is some awesome content from awesome people up there. The agenda here for this demonstration and for this presentation is I'm just going to start with a couple of slides, I promise, just a couple, on what is the secrets management with PowerShell. What benefit is this going to provide? How did it come about? And I'll explain some of the concepts that we're going to go through in the demo just to baseline that. So from there, we'll jump into a demo and we'll explore some of the Secret Vault extensions. So I'll show you where to get some of those extensions. Don't worry if you don't know what that means right now. We'll get into that in the demo. From there, we'll have a look at using secrets management with a local vault. So that is something installed on this machine, not out on the internet anywhere, just a local vault that Microsoft have written a module for. And then moving on from there, we'll use secrets management with Azure Key Vault as well. So that will be me connecting in using the Secrets Management PowerShell module to an Azure Key Vault and working with secrets that are stored up there in Azure Key Vault. And that's a great example of how you can use this to collaborate within a team to use and manage secrets from within a shared vault that many people can have access to. So the scenario that I've got here, look, it's a pretty basic one, but I did want to show an actual demo of using this. So I'm going to save an Azure function key as a secret. I'm going to save it inside both of those vaults actually, and then we'll use it in a commandlet because I've got an Azure function which is triggered just using HTTP, but to actually trigger it, we need to pass through the function key as a parameter in the URL. So we're going to save that as a secret and then use it in a command to show the function being successfully triggered. So just to baseline here a little bit, we've got kind of two modules or two components of secrets management with PowerShell to be aware of. And the first part of that is the secret management module itself. So this is a PowerShell module and it provides a consistent set of commandlets that you can use to work with secrets that are stored in different vaults. So as you'll see in the demo, this exposes commandlets like set-secret, get-secret, so on and so forth, to actually work with those secret objects. Now, you use those same commandlets no matter what backend vault you're talking to, whether that's LastPass, Azure Key Vault, Bitwarden, whatever it is, this secret management module provides the abstraction and the consistency. Because of that consistency and the abstraction, you don't need to learn different command line interfaces or APIs to work with the different secret management tools. So, for example, right now, if you wanted to go and work with some secrets that are in Azure Key Vault, you'd need to work out the specific PowerShell commands that are there for Key Vault, or using the Azure REST API, for example, to go and work with those secrets. But then, let's say tomorrow you wanted to start working with some secrets that are stored in a different vault, maybe LastPass or 1Password or something like that. You'd need to go and learn their APIs and how that works, and their commands to go and get secrets and set secrets and do things with that. And you end up having to learn all these different things depending on what platform of secret management that you're working with. So that's one of the great things that the secret management module provides, is that abstraction and consistency. Now, you do need to have at least one vault registered for use with secret management. So these commandlets are the ones that you typically use from day to day when you're working with secrets to do things like create new secrets or remove secrets or get secret information. But unless it's actually registered with a backend vault, it's got nowhere to actually store those secrets and retrieve them from. So this is kind of useless without having some vaults registered. Now, the way that we get some vaults registered is by using the vault extensions. And so Microsoft have some great documentation on this. And look, the community has done an awesome job actually already of writing some modules that support a lot of the popular secret management tools. And I'll show you that when we jump to the demo as well. But what happens here is that, so this is a PowerShell module that the secrets management module interfaces with. And the vault extension is responsible for providing that backend connection to the backend vault. So if that backend vault is Azure Key Vault, this extension is responsible for going and interfacing with Azure Key Vault and establishing that connection so that we can use the commandlets in the secret management PowerShell module to go and work with the Key Vault. The vaults can be local or they can be remote. And in the demo, I'm actually going to use one of each of those examples. So I'm going to have a local vault to start with from a module that Microsoft provided for a local vault. And then we're going to work with Azure Key Vault, which is obviously a remote vault hosted by Microsoft in Azure. Now, like I said, there are many Vault extension modules available today, and pretty much all of them have been done by the community, which is just awesome to see. And I'll show you how to find those on the PowerShell gallery in the demo in a few seconds. Now, one thing to be aware of is that authentication to the Vault is determined by the Vault extension. So this is not something that the secret management module goes and enforces, for example, that all vaults must be registered and authenticated using XYZ. So it's really up to the Vault extension as to how you do that. So for example, when we use the local vault in a few minutes from Microsoft, the way you authenticate to that local vault is by using a password. But then when we go and authenticate to Azure Key Vault, you'll see in the demo that I need to log in there using my Azure credentials to go and make that authentication request. So depending on what vault you're interfacing with, the authentication might look a little different, but there should be documentation in place for the specific vault that you're trying to connect to as to how to set up that initial authentication. Now, one more slide, I promise, and then we're into the demos here. So I just wanted to draw this out conceptually just to, hopefully this is making some sort of sense. But what we're going to start with is the Secret Store extension, and that is a local vault that's provided by Microsoft. They released this kind of with the secrets management module so that you had at least a local vault to use. But like I said, the community's gone and written an awesome amount of extensions to use other vaults as well. But we'll get that installed on our machine, and then we'll also install and register the Azure Key Vault extension as well. Now, once those are there, we'll also install their secret management module, which has a commandlet in here called register-secret vault. And we use that commandlet within the secret management module to actually go and register those vaults in with secret management. And then the Vault extension modules actually go and connect to the backend services. So for the secret store on top there, that will just be using a local vault on my file system. And for Azure Key Vault, that will go and connect me into the Azure Key Vault that I'm providing the login information for. Now, the secret management module here on the left-hand side, this has a number of other commandlets, like set secret, get secret, and remove secret, and a few others that we'll take a look at. I'll show you all of the commandlets that are in that module, and obviously you're more than welcome to explore them yourself. And typically for the day-to-day use, you as the PowerShell person or anyone who's using this kind of module is typically going to use the commandlets from the secret management module to do the day-to-day stuff with secrets. You occasionally will use commandlets that are for that back-end Vault extension if you need to do things specific to the Vault, but mostly I'd say you'd be using the commandlets here from the secret management module. So with that, let's get these slides out of the way. Let's jump into the demos and we'll work through a few scenarios. Okay, so I've got some commandlets here in this PowerShell script file that I'm going to walk through with you, and this will save me trying to type these out as I talk because that would be a terrible experience for everyone. And I'll ask the organizers of the Festive Tech Calendar to link to these commandlets. I'll put a GitHub article up and I'll ask them to link to this in the video. So hopefully there's a link below where you're watching this video if you want to get to these commands. So firstly, what I want to show you is I'm going to invoke a REST method here, and it's just a get, and I'm going to my Azure function. So I've called my Azure function Festive FCN, and I've got a function up there which is just triggered by HTTP called Merry Christmas. So if I try and run that just by itself here without doing anything else, it comes back and tells me that the response status code does not indicate success because I got a 401 unauthorized. And that is because I'm not passing through a function key to invoke that function. And up in the Azure function itself, I've said you must pass in a key to run that function. So that's why I'm getting the unauthorized. So that's kind of the, basic, but hopefully gets you thinking through the concept of what we're going to do here is we're going to store the function key as a secret, and then we're going to pass that in that invoke REST method in a few moments. So firstly, let's start with the secret management module, and I need to install that from the PowerShell gallery. And I'm doing this on a fresh machine actually, so I don't have this module set up. So I'll go ahead and kick that off down the bottom there, and then accept that I'm running that from an untrusted repository. So that will go and install the Microsoft PowerShell secret management module. And so this is the module that contains the commandlets that we'll be using kind of on a day-to-day basis. So from there, if I do a get command -module microsoft.powershell.secretmanagement, we can see in here, we've got a bunch of commandlets like get secret for retrieving a secret out of a vault. We can remove the secret. We can set secret, which is actually what you use to create a new secret as well. And then there's a whole bunch of commandlets here to do stuff with the vault as well. So we can register a vault, we can unregister a vault, and we can do some other things like testing the vault. We'll be trying out a few of these commands over the next few minutes here. So now that we've got that installed, what I want to have a look at quickly is the help for register secret vault. So let me just expand that up again. And here in the description, so this says that this commandlet, register-secret vault, it adds a provided secret management extension vault module to the current user vault registry. So when I register a vault, that sits in my user context on this machine. If someone else logged into this machine, they don't have that extension vault registered to them. They'd have to go and register it themselves using the register-secret vault commandlet. Next up, what did I have here? Okay, so if we wanted to find all of the modules that are on the PowerShell gallery that relate to secret management to find which vaults the community have written modules for, we can use this find-module commandlet, and we can use the tag option here, and everything is being tagged as secret management. So if I kick that off, this will go and search the PowerShell gallery, and you can see here all of these ones, especially the ones that start with the formation was secret management dot and then the name of the product or the vault itself. So you can see all of these different vault extension modules here. So at the top there are the top two that we're actually going to be working with, which is Key Vault and the Microsoft Secret Store. But there are modules out here for all of the other utilities as well. So, you've got LastPass there, Bitwarden, Keychain, 1Password, you've got Keeper, Pleasant Password, so on and so forth. I'm sure you can see them all there. So if you want to go and explore with any of these, you can just go and install these modules from the gallery, register these, which you'll see how to do in a moment, and then you can start working with those. So what have we got up next? So now that we've installed the secret management, like I said, we can't do much with it until we've actually got a vault installed and then registered with secret management. So the first one that I want to go and get is this Microsoft PowerShell Secret Store. So like I said, this is a local vault. So this actually runs on the file system of the machine that you're on, and it creates a local vault on the file system where you can store secrets. So this was created by Microsoft. It was released at the same time as Secret Management and pretty much goes under the same development, but they are kind of two different modules. One is the Vault and the Vault extension, and then the other one, Secret Management, is the tooling that abstracts the usage of the secrets within that Vault. So that's installed there. So let's go and get the commands that are in that secret store module. And you can see this does differ, I believe, from Vault extension to Vault extension, but Microsoft have provided some commandlets here. And like I said, you probably won't be using these commands very much against the Vault. You'll typically be using the secret management commands. But there are some things you can do here, like resetting the secret store. You can get the secret store configuration. And like I said, the authentication to this secret store, and this Vault, is by using a password. So if I tried to get the secret store configuration here, the first thing it's going to ask me to do is to enter a password, because a password is required by the current store configuration. So this is a password that I'd need to enter when I want to use this Vault. So I'm just going to type in a password there. And then it's gone and got me the secret store configuration. Now you can see there that it does have authentication set to password. So if we were to use set secret store configuration, we could actually set the authentication to none, so that when you want to use secrets from this Vault, you don't have to authenticate at all. Now, obviously that is reasonably dangerous in that you do have secrets in here that you want to try and keep protected. So it would be a good idea to have some authentication around it. But with that said, this can only be accessed by this user on this machine. So depending on what you're trying to do and store in here, you might want to set this authentication to none if you're trying to run some automation, because you'll get into a catch-22 where you need to provide a password to access the Vault, but you obviously want to store all your passwords inside the Vault. So just something to be aware of there. Now, if we come back up here and we're back in the secret management module now, so we're running commands from the secret management. So the first thing I want to do is get secret Vault. And I want to do that to show you that there are no vaults registered with the secret management module at the moment. So to get this secret store module that we just installed and get this Vault registered, we need to run register secret Vault. And then we need to provide the PowerShell module name of the Vault extension that we want to register this Vault as. And then we need to provide a name for this Vault as well. So I'm just going to call this one local Vault. So let's run the registration there. And then if I run get secret Vault again, this time we can see that we've got that local Vault registered. Because it's the only Vault that I've got, it has set it as the default, and it is using the Microsoft.PowerShell.SecretStore module for this Vault. So now that I've gone and registered a Vault, we've now got somewhere where we can actually start to work with passwords, or secrets rather. So I can go and set some secrets to create some things, and I can get some as well. So what I want to do here on line 33 is I'm going to run set-secret. Now this is the command that you use to create new secrets. And so for set secret, I'm going to provide a name for the secret, which is just a label of what that secret name is inside of the Vault. So I'm going to call this one function key. And then with that -secret parameter there, I'm going to pass in the value that I want to store as that secret inside of the Vault. So that long string of text that you can see there, that is actually the function key that I need to pass through in my invoke REST method to trigger my Azure function. So that is the value that I'm going to save under this secret. And then just over at the end there, you don't have to specify this if you've only got one Vault registered, because it will be the default. But I do like to specify it just to be verbose, that the Vault that I'm putting this secret into is the Vault that I called local Vault. So let's go ahead and we'll run that. And now if I just run get secret info, this is a commandlet that will go and interrogate all of the Vaults that I've got registered to provide some metadata about the secrets that are in there. So we can see here that I've got one secret at the moment. It's called function key, and it is a string, and it's stored in the Vault named local Vault. From there, I could go and use the commandlet named get-secret, provide the name of the secret that I want to get, and optionally, I can provide the Vault name. So I am providing the Vault name here. And we can see that that has returned a system.security.secure string, which is exactly what we'd expect when we're pulling back a secret value from a Vault. Now, if you need to, and at times you absolutely will, you can add this parameter at the end here for -as plain text, which will just pull the value of the secret out as plain text. So you can see down the bottom there, that has actually just pulled back the value of my API key that I need for the function there. So now that we've got these secrets stored in there, let's go and actually use it in something. So this is where a lot of the value comes in, right? Is actually using these secrets. So there's a few ways you could do this. Firstly here, you could set a variable. So I'm going to set one called function key. And then within that, I'm going to run get-secret, provide the name, which is function key, tell it the vault that I want to pull that function key secret from, which is my local vault, and that I want to grab it as plain text. So I'll put that there in the function key variable. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to run the same invoke REST method that we ran at the start. But at the end here, now what you can see is I'm passing through the code as a parameter on the URI. And I'm going to pass in the variable, which is the function key there at the end of that URI. So let's go and trigger that. And there we go. Down the bottom here, you can see I've just got my Azure function responding with some text. So you can see that it says function successfully triggered. Merry Christmas and enjoy the awesome Festive Tech Calendar 2021 content. So now that I'm passing through that function key, which is being retrieved from the local secret vault, you can kind of see how you can start to use these commandlets of the secret management extension in your scripts and in your code without having to, store the function key, definitely not in plain text in any of the scripts or anything like that, but also not as, files on the machine like encrypted XML files or anything like that that's traditionally been done in the past. And, just another way to use this as well, down here on line 42, instead of storing it in a variable, you could just, of course, enclose the get secret in parentheses in line in your command. So this is going to do the exact same thing. It's going to go and get that secret, but I'm just using it here instead of first storing it in a variable. So if I run that as well, we should see that, yep, that has been triggered successfully again down the bottom there. So that's just a couple of ways of how to, use this in practice once you've got some secrets in there. Now, the secret that I've worked with there so far is just a string. And there are different types of objects that you can store in the vaults actually. So what I want to show down here on line 45 is that for the value of the secret in this case, I'm going to go and run a get-credential, and I'm going to get the credential, pretending my username here is domain/Matt, and I'm going to provide it a password that this is going to prompt me for as part of get-credential. And then I'm going to save that as a secret called my local creds. So if I run that, down the bottom here it says, hey, what's your password? Let me drop in a password there. And there we go. That looks good. So let me run get secret info again. And this time we see that I've now got two secrets in the vault. I've got the function key that we just worked with, which is a string. And I've now got my local creds, which is of a type PS credential. If I was to now go and run get secret, and this time I'm going to get the my local creds secret from the local vault, you can see this comes back as a credential object, which is exactly what we'd expect because that's what we stored it as. So I've got a username property and I've got a password property. And if I was to pass that down to get member, if I scroll up a little there, whoops, we can absolutely see the type name of the PowerShell object is the system management automation PS credential. So there are different types of objects that you can save. And I think if we have a look at, let's get help for set secret. I think it might have it in here. Yeah, it does. So in the help, as we can see here, the secret value must be one of the 5 supported types. So we've got the byte, a string, a secure string, a PS credential, or a hash table. So those are all supported to save as object types when you're creating the secret. And when you're retrieving them, you'll get back those native object types as well. All right, so from there, we can also remove a secret. So the command, as expected, is just called remove-secret. So I'm going to remove those local creds that I just created. And if I go back and get the secret info again, we've just got that one secret in there in the local vault, which is our function key. So, pretty straightforward, right? So from there, that's everything with the local vault that I wanted to show you. The next thing I want to show you is kind of using these same secret management commands, but with a totally different vault. And so for this, I'm going to use the Azure Key Vault. So I've gone and spun up a Key Vault already, And I've got a couple of passwords up there, a couple of secrets up there in Key Vault that we're going to retrieve. And we're also going to save the function key that we've just been working with as a secret to the Azure Key Vault as well. So for this one, you do need to have the az.keyvault module installed. I have already actually got that one on this machine because it did take a little while to install. And then from there, we need to run register-secret vault again to register the Azure Key Vault. So this time, the module that we're going to tell it to use is az.keyvault. And the name I'm going to give it for this vault is Festive Tech Key Vault. Now, that is actually the name of my Azure Key Vault that you'll see here in a moment. It doesn't need to be that. This name that you've got here kind of locally when you register a vault, this is a local name inside of the secret management tooling that you use to reference that vault. So it doesn't have to match the name of a backend vault or anything like that. I'm just doing it to keep things simple. Now, when we register this vault, because it is Azure Key Vault, and this is what I meant by the authentication, this one does need some vault parameters when we go and register it. So we need to tell it what the name of the Azure Key Vault actually is, and we need to tell it what Azure subscription that Key Vault is currently sitting in. So what I've done is I've stored the name of the Key Vault here as a variable, and I'll be storing my subscription ID as a variable as well, and then just passing those through to these vault parameters. So let's go and do that. There we go, that looks good. So if I was now to do a get secret vault, we can see that I've now got two secret vaults here. I've got the local vault that we were just working with, which is the Microsoft PowerShell secret store. And we've got this new Festive Tech Key Vault, which is an Azure Key Vault. And you can see there that the local vault is still the default and my Azure Key Vault is not the default. Now, all I've done is registered that Azure Key Vault, and you'll notice that it didn't ask me for any authentication to the vault. And that's because we haven't yet authenticated. So there's a command here called test-secret vault. And if we just look at the help for this quickly, this commandlet runs an extension vault self-test. So this runs a set of tests to make sure that the vault is actually working and that it is healthy and it's ready for use. So if I tried to run that right now, so up here on line 63, I've got test-secret vault and I'm running it against my Festive Tech Key Vault, which is the Azure Key Vault that we just registered. So if I try and run that now, this should error out. There we go. So it's saying to use Festive Tech Key Vault, Azure Vault, the current user must be logged into the Azure account and subscription, and then it provides my subscription ID. And then actually quite helpfully, it says go and run connect AZ account to that subscription ID to authenticate. So we've registered the vault, yes, but we can't actually use it yet because we haven't authenticated. So let me run now connect-AZ account to go and authenticate into Azure in this PowerShell session. And just while this is coming up and I go through the login process here, what I've done on the back end on the Key Vault itself is that it's got public access at the moment, so I can access the vault from any network. And in the access policies of the Key Vault, I have provided my account with access into the Key Vault. So if you're working as a team and you wanted different people to have access to the Key Vault and then use the same set of commandlets in your scripts, then inside of Azure, you just use the access policies on the Key Vault to provide those people access, and you'll be good to go. And then everyone can authenticate with their own Microsoft account into Azure. So that authentication looks good, and we can get rid of that tab now. And we can see down the bottom there that that has authenticated into my subscription. So if I went and ran the test-secret vault command again now, we can see that that has now worked and we've got a response of true. So that secret vault is ready to go. So let me just resize there. We'll clear the screen. So let's try and we'll get the secret info from the vault, Festive Tech Key Vault. So this is going to go and connect up to the Azure Key Vault, and I've got a couple of secrets up there already. I've got secret 1 and secret 2 because I am super creative. So secret 1, I didn't provide a type, so it doesn't know what the type is. But for secret 2, I did provide the type when I created it, which is a string. Now from here, and this is where hopefully things start to kick in, and the beauty is I can run that same get-secret command that we used before with the local vault. I provide the name of the secret that I want to retrieve, and optionally, depending on whether it's the default or not, you can provide the vault that you want to retrieve it from. So if I run that, without doing anything, without having to know how Azure Key Vault works on the back end. I don't need to go and worry about their API or how I connect in. This has gone and gotten that secret for me. And we can see there that this is a secure string. So if I do that again, but with the as plain text parameter on the end, it will go and retrieve the value of that secret as plain text that we can see there down the bottom. So hopefully this is really starting to crystallize that the secret management module with these commandlets like get secret and set secret and remove secret can be used no matter what the backend vault is. You learn the one set of commands, you register your vaults in, and then you're good to go. So likewise, I could just go and get secret number 2 there and get the value of that back as plain text. Simple as that. So just to really drive this home as well, if I scroll down, what I'm going to run here is I'm going to run set secret. I'm going to call the secret function key. I'm going to provide it the value that we did before, which is the key that I need to invoke my function up in Azure. And the vault that I'm going to store it in this time is the Festive Tech Key Vault, which is the Azure Key Vault. So if I go ahead and run that there, let me just, at that point, I'm going to jump across to the browser, and I've actually got this Festive Tech Key Vault open here. So you can see we had secret 1 and secret 2 already created, which is where I was pulling those from before. And if I now refresh that, boom, look at that. We've got the function key secret right there as a string inside of the Azure Key Vault, fully managed by the secret management up here, which is awesome. So I could come into here and, you can set all of these different properties through here. We can show the secret value. There it is right there. So I think that this is really awesome. And just what I spoke on a minute ago about the access policies, if you're not so familiar with Azure Key Vault, the access policies here is where you provide the controls as to who can access this, this current Key Vault. So I've added myself in there, but if I wanted a teammate to be able to use this Key Vault, I could just add an access policy for them in here, which allows them to at least get the value of the secrets. And then they could use those exact same commands that I've been using after they've registered the vault to go and get the values of the secrets. So as we come back here, so we've set the secret up in the Azure Key Vault. So now in a new variable called function key from AKV for Azure Key Vault, I'm just going to run that same thing, get secret, the function key from the Festive Tech Key Vault as plain text. So we'll go and store that in the variable there. And then again, back to my original Azure function, I'm going to invoke the REST method. And at the end there, I'm just injecting that value of the secret that we stored up in Azure Key Vault into the end of the URI. And as I run that, look at that, we've got the function successfully triggered again. And look, that is pretty much it. So the only other couple of things here at the end that I wanted to show you is that if we get the secret vaults again, like we saw before, we've got both of them, and you can run unregistered -secret vault. So if you're finished with a vault and you no longer need it, you can unregister it. So I'm going to unregister my local vault. And if I go ahead and get the secret vaults again, we can see that I've just got the Azure Key Vault, which is the Festive Tech Key Vault. So look, yeah, that is pretty much it. Hopefully that has given you a good overview of the PowerShell secrets management module, how to go and explore which vault extensions are out there for the different types of secret management tools, how to import those and register them with the secret management tooling, and then how to use that same consistent secret management tooling like get secret, set secret, and remove secret to not only go and create and get those values, but then actually how to use them in a real tangible way inside of your scripts. So like I said, I just really think this is awesome. The community has been fantastic about this. I've been watching this from when it was in preview, and I've seen a lot of the issues that have been logged and the feedback, and it's just been really great to see. So with that, I would like to thank you for your time for watching. I truly hope that this has been valuable for you. I hope that you've learned something here. If you've got any questions for me, look, the easiest way is probably to reach out to me on Twitter. I'm not sure that I'll get the comments on this video here on YouTube. So, Twitter, maybe LinkedIn, please do reach out to me. If you've got any questions, let me know. I'd love to connect and chat with you. And like I said, please do check out the Festive Tech Calendar for all of the other awesome contributions that others have made. If Christmas is your thing, then I wish you a Merry Christmas. I think this is airing on the 20th of December. Depending on when your time zone is and when you actually come across this, it may or may not Christmas be passed in 2021. But either way, I wish you all the best. I hope that you're staying safe out there and have a great holiday season. Thanks again, and bye for now.